Don't get me wrong, I love dumbbells. They're essential for any home gym. But if you're like me and considering an upgrade to challenge yourself or switch things up and are considering getting a functional trainer, this video is for you. Now, when I began shopping for a functional trainer, I was overwhelmed with a lot of questions, and chances are if you're watching this, you are too. And my questions were along the lines of, what kind of exercises can I do on this machine, and are they effective? How hard is it to set this thing up, and how do they even work? What accessories do I need, or which ones are surprisingly useful? And of course, are they worth the relatively high price tag to go along with them? Because man, convincing the wife to spend that kind of cash? Good luck. Now, my goal with this video is to hopefully calm your mind and answer all these questions to allow you to make the best decision for yourself. And along the way, share my own personal review and honest thoughts after using this machine for the past couple months. So, let's begin.
Come on, let's do it! Let's get the pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good pump.
Yes, so bottom line, you can get an amazing workout in while using a functional trainer. Really, you can do just about anything and more. You can pump your arms with many varieties of curls using a bar or handles for isolation, hit your triceps with extensions, dips, pull downs, skull crushers, build your shoulders with presses, rows, and flies, rock your chest and build some solid pecs with bench press, flies, these straight arm thingies that I enjoy doing nowadays, and better yet, with this handy back attachment, you can even do these while standing without even needing a bench at all.
Time to pump.
Another amazing plus here is that most machines also come equipped with a pull-up bar, which is often another separate piece of equipment that you need to buy and find somewhere to mount clumsily in your house. So you can also strengthen your back the typical ways like pull downs, straight arm lat thingies, back flies, and rows in all shapes and sizes. And when it comes to core workouts, this machine really opens up a whole new world of opportunities. It's actually quite fun. You got your knee lifts, weighted crunches, cable crunches, side bends, wood choppers, and I'm sure there are many more, but I'm actually out of ideas at this point. Now, when it comes to legs, you can do all the basic features and actually quite a bit more. But what I will say is that if you're a serious bodybuilder, you may want a bit more when it comes to leg day. Obviously, this machine provides more than enough options to destroy your legs, but it is no match for a leg press, a leg curl, or extension machine. But honestly, for the normal strong human, squats, lunges, deadlifts, leg raise thingies, and even calf raises are more than enough for me. You can also get pretty creative with the belt for some new ways to target your leg muscles.
I know this looks silly, but my quads are burning.
So as you can see, you can get an amazing full body workout with this type of machine. The weight stacks, in my opinion, are also super handy because they allow you to just pull out the pin and quickly do a drop set when you get burnt out and allow you to push out a few more reps.
1 more pump.
Now, the next question that you're most likely quite concerned about, as I was, is, can I even build this thing? And to tell you the truth, once I got started, I actually lay in bed awake most nights until I was done thinking that the next day I'm gonna turn the page, find a step that was just way too difficult. But good news, that didn't happen. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I can barely put a baby car seat in a vehicle successfully. But look at this, I built this all by myself. And you can too. Okay, the kids did help a little bit. Kind of. So here are a few tips that I learned throughout my journey on how to plan for a successful setup from beginning to end. First off, you'll want to have an area to have this thing delivered safely, as it does come in a giant crate that you will need to open up carefully to avoid injuries. Seriously, I still have a scar on my leg from a loose nail. Be careful. And once you get this crate unlocked, you'll also need to carry all the parts into the setup location, which is far from a few basic trips. It's basically like unloading heavy groceries for a year, all in one go.
Pumping.
During setup, you'll also need to get creative with balancing the large pieces, as some are quite heavy. But again, if this guy can do it, so can you. And to be honest, it was actually rather rewarding every day seeing the little progress and the new little parts on there. It's quite fun. I highly recommend it.
Cool.
Now, during my setup, there was a few hurdles that I did have to overcome, and I'll share them with you now, so hopefully if you reach the same ones, these can help. So, first off, the cable run explanation in the manual was ridiculous. I had to run that thing a couple times just to see if I had enough slack, if I had too much, where am I going through the pulleys. It was not easy, so I had to trace my path after I got one side done, and then I went to the other side and then just did the same thing. But again, that took a while. Next, you should also be quite careful when you're unpacking because a lot of the times there's a lot of plastic wrap, but there was also a few little teeny tiny parts that was taped in another little plastic that I thought was garbage. So I threw it in the heap and I had to eventually go through all my garbage and find it. These tiny little pins. So when you're unpacking the weights, make sure to find these little pieces and detach them first. Now the next hurdle that I faced may have just been specific with my machine, but when I was building it, the manual said that I need to put these little things under the weight stacks when I got there to support it, and I could not find them. I called them and they said you don't actually need that part. And well, I was relieved, but I was also upset because I just wasted an hour. Anyways, that's that. So you may not need specific parts in your manual. I don't know, could have just been mine. So that was my experience setting this thing up, and to be honest, I quite enjoyed it. If you can, I definitely recommend getting someone else to help you, if not only just to have someone to talk with, because as you can see, you can do it by yourself, but it's just more fun to have someone's help.
You got this.
Next up, let's talk a little bit about the accessories and the attachments. Now, I was lucky enough to have mine bundled with the machine at no extra cost, because honestly, I didn't really know which ones I needed or how to even use them. But here are the ones that I do have, and I will show you my own personal favorite, which may just surprise you. First off, we have handles. The standard handle attachments are obviously crucial because they allow you to mimic various dumbbell exercises quite easily. Next up are the bars. You got a short, a long, and a medium. Now I generally just use the long bar and the short bar mostly. One thing that I particularly like about the long bar is that each end spins near the clip, allowing you to pull down and curl without straining your wrist. Something that I never actually thought about, but came to appreciate after using this. So I would definitely look for that feature if you can. Another common grip is the rope grip, which I honestly don't use a lot, but when I do use it, I love it, and it definitely targets new angles of muscles. For example, tricep pull downs with the rope allows you to spread out your grip at the bottom, adding a new element of burnage. So get creative with that one. Now, the unexpected favorite, the belt. Here's why, if you, like me, hate having a bar jammed into your shoulders or neck when doing heavier squats, this is your ticket. You can attach this belt and squat heavy with this soft material draping over you instead. Game changer in my opinion. You can also use this for many other exercises and even strap it around your waist completely to get creative. All in all, it's an unexpected must-have for me. Now when it comes to the attachments, the dip bars with narrow and wide grip are a beautiful touch. However, one attachment that I have to mention that I never even knew existed was this back support.
This is great.
This, my friends, is where it's at. It changes the game for flies and bench press, as you can actually go heavy without falling backwards or cheating in some weird way. I definitely recommend this attachment over anything else, especially if you don't even have a bench to begin with.
Now I can pump.
So I hope that this video has helped answer some of your questions and provided you with some more details on what you should look for when you're buying your own functional trainer, if you decide to do so. Now I personally have no regrets after buying my machine, and honestly my wife and I love to be able to work out whenever we can between our busyness of our days and our little ones running around and demanding our time. I love the fact that I can now do any workout I want with more than enough weight to really push myself and actually get stronger working out at home without having to pay for a membership. Over the long term, this machine, in my opinion, pays for itself. If you have any further questions on these machines that I didn't touch on here, please just leave me a question in the comments below and I'd love to help. Now keep in mind that I am no expert on these things.
You got me, stupid.
But I do know enough to at least be able to provide some sort of feedback in either a simple answer or maybe even a follow-up video. So thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future.
Dude, seriously, are we done yet?